And because of the way I set up my little office, everything is like so close to me. So I'm trying to move around. As I start the live, it goes, and I'm an introvert. I am a diehard introvert. And I decided to go live because I think, oh yeah, we'll have a cup of coffee, we'll hang out together, we'll have a little chat. And then you press live and it goes 3, 2, 1. That stuff isn't cool for an introvert. An introvert doesn't like 3, 2, 1. I'm speaking too loudly, aren't I? When I'm supposed to be a sleep therapist. How are you? I have been a little unusual, and this is my third day live, which is not typical for me. I have been working on my course and a couple of other things. I wanted to touch base with you. I am completely freezing. I'm sitting, the heater is, you can't see it, it's literally 1 inch away from me, and I keep burning myself on it. And then I leave the room and I'm so, so freezing. And then I come back, and this little dungeon room is tiny, and it's doesn't have any way of airing itself. So hey, um, so it's really quite contained. So I go freezing, uh, warm, no air, freezing, warm, no air, freezing. Don't you just love Victorian and South Australian weather? We were talking last time about the quality of my voice and my recordings. So I've recorded a quiet chat this morning, a fairly long one, and I recorded it in the hallway. So you need to listen to it because I was freezing when I recorded it. I recorded it in the hallway because some of you don't like the ambience in this room. Some of you do like the ambience in this room. Hey, it's kind of like, the two men that carry the donkey into the town. And as they're walking towards the town, there's a lot of different people that pass them by and complain and say to the son, oh, you shouldn't be riding and allowing your father to walk, as they're walking towards the town. And then they'd swap and they'd say to the father, you shouldn't be walking and letting your or you shouldn't be riding and letting your son walk. You know the story. I'm sure you know the story. And then in the end, in their attempt to people please, they carry the donkey into the town. And I think we've all got a bit of that in us, our desire to people please. I think I've missed a couple of comments there. I'm just going to see. Oh, thank you so much, Minion. I really appreciate that because I'm eternally trying to find the perfect ambience for recording. I actually like the reverb. Some people like reverb, some people really don't like reverb. So I don't think it's possible to please everybody. Oh, thanks so much. I really appreciate it. I like this room because in this room, I don't freeze to death. Oh, thanks. You think the lighting here is fine. I'm not one of those, those YouTubers that put a lot of effort into their appearance. I'm obviously not one of those. No, I love the room. I love this room. I want to show it to you, but it's so messy. It's a tiny room and it feels kind of safe and comforting. And if there's sounds outside, they generally don't come in here. So it means I can relax into the recording. And with a lot of my recording, yeah, yeah. I wasn't like that. Do I say mignon? Is that how I say your name? When I was younger, I was not like that. And when I first did YouTube, I was not like that. And not putting significant effort into my appearance most of the time. I'm just going to get this comment back. Yes. It's very French. Oh, yeah, when I was younger, I would consistently put effort into my appearance and worry about what I look like. And it's funny because I look back now that I'm older, now that I'm 60, and I think, oh my God, why did I worry about my appearance? Thanks so much. That's a compliment. Hello. Yes. Oh, French baguette. France is one of the places I have not been to, and I would just love to go to France. Have any of you been to France? Are you French? My brother, the mother of his child, his partner, his fiance, is from France, and they stayed with me recently, which is really interesting. Having French all the time, so my nephew speaks French as a first language. I used to speak. Oh yeah, I meant just get that back. Yeah, I used to speak German fluently. And obviously, my first language was Polish and I lost it. I spoke German fluently and I lost that. Uh, so, yeah, I speak English fluently. Uh, and a mindful reminder of my counseling. I have an absurd, I'm looking at this. Yes, yeah, yeah, I'd love to learn another language. I'd love to pick up my German again. Uh, I've been overseas several times. Where have I been? I've been to Egypt. I lived in England. I've been to Greece, Crete, Cyprus, America. I think it's a great idea. I think too, learning a language. I was studying today because I did a video on I quietly speak about how to fall asleep, and the aim of the video is to help you fall asleep. But what I'm doing is quietly talking about strategies to fall asleep in a monotonous voice. And it reminded me again the importance of minimizing and simplifying coming towards bed. So things such as learning a language or something which is repetitive can really help us go to sleep. I think we're attracted to stimulus. We like to be stimulated, whether it's sound, sight, texture. But in reality, it can be quite harmful and destructive for us to be stimulated. And I find I often feel overstimulated. So I now know to reduce the stimulation. And sometimes I lack that awareness and I'll be in a certain situation. I think, why don't I feel okay? Why don't I feel okay? What is it? And I'll go, ah, I'm overstimulated. I need less stimulation. And when we go to bed and when we get ready for sleep, yes, yes. I remember, I sound like such an old fogey, the time before the internet where I'd have to wait at home waiting for a phone call from someone I like. And if I left the house, I wouldn't get the phone call. And that was so normal. We'd go places and our parents wouldn't be able to call us. And now that's, um, yeah, so different. A girlfriend of mine who was a people pleaser, for want of a better word, I know you don't label people. Oh, she would always answer the phone and she'd say, "Oh, sorry, I was slow. I was in the shower." And I said, "Well, don't get out of the shower." And I really feel that we should not be impulsive in our responding to the mobile. We should put it away. We should choose not to answer it. We don't have to answer it. We can put it on do not disturb. And I think this age of electronics coerces us or encourages us in an unhealthy way to respond. Like, ta-da, like an alarm clock. Your phone is texting, you must text back. Well, I think if someone texts us, we should be able to pause before our response. But society encourages us to respond immediately. Now, now, now. We are in the society of now, now, now. Slam our fist down. Now, now, now. Um, and sleep is about creating a pregnant pause before bed. Delay. Yeah. Yes, I think 90 minutes before sleep that we need to tone it down, slow down, uh, participate in mindful, repetitive tasks, whether you're folding washing, whether you are learning a language which is fairly repetitious, whether you're reading a calming book. My friend always reads Harry Potter. Yes. Yeah, absolutely. Decompress. I like that. Um, and I'm really big on sleep rituals as well, developing a sleep ritual. So in this quiet talk, I go through the different strategies to help you fall asleep. And then I inject bits of meditation in it as something different because you know my style. I like to incorporate cognitive behavioral therapy into a type of meditation, but there is a learning in the meditation. So it needs factors or features of repetition, features of rhythm, features of comfort, and a comforting type voice. So it's not really a classic meditation because there are ideas in it. And a classic meditation is kind of bring you right down unconditionally. Whereas mine, there is the possibility it may provoke thought. Oh, that's my style. Anyway, I was going through the different ideas to prepare for sleep. I also thought about the importance of writing, the action of writing, and how when we write, it draws our mind to the pen and the words on the paper. So it can really relax us. Yeah, thank you so much. I've done some study, quite a lot of study on rituals. I wrote that book. I've written a book, Daily Rituals for Happiness. And as humans, we like repetition, but repetition with meaning. So habits with meaning. And habits with meaning are rituals. And to develop before sleep a number of rituals which tone it down, which simplify, which calm, so that it takes our mind away from stimulation towards calm. Yes. Yes. Yeah, I think that's true that writing, if it's writing something that is pleasing or rewarding, can contribute to mental health. I was thinking before because I'm designing a couple of courses, and I was thinking, what are the ingredients to us being authentic, taking control of ourselves and our authenticity, and stabilizing our mental health? And of course, I thought about all the features of diffusion, cognitive diffusion, being able to separate yourself from your thoughts. But I also thought about the importance of not compromising yourself. I'm just going to see that message. Where is it? Oh, Brandon. Yeah, it's funny because I see your account names, and Brandon's account name is He Loves Horror. And I go, oh, hi, He Loves Horror. How are you? He Loves Horror. It's hard to say, isn't it? How are you going? He Loves Horror. I've got to kind of pause. How are you going? He Loves Horror. Brandon. Yeah, lovely to engage with you. Um, I was just talking about different behaviors that help sleep. And yes, Pauline, good one. Colouring mosaics and art are colorings that are repetitious. It's not a silly name, it's a good name. It's just hard to say and alive. Um, I like folding towels. I like washing dishes. I like watering. I like patting the animals. Uh, I think the languages is a really good one. How do you know you're not a talented artist? It's in the perception of the receiver of that art. What is talent? I mean, we could just talk about that in itself. What is the definition of talent? I think that there's so much pull in Western society to be stimulated, to collect, to buy, to look at advertising, to please, to engage, to be on social media, to be on so many platforms. And I find it quite heightening. I find it quite distressing. And at the moment, I'm not working at Adrian's, I call it Adrian's work, but he's my husband. I'm not at that workplace at the moment. And I defer the phone to Catherine, and it's lovely. And last night, I forgot to defer it back, and Catherine messaged me. She can text me, but all my calls go to her. So she sent me a text yesterday afternoon saying, please, can I undivert the phone? And I wrote back and said, Catherine, can I please divert my phone to you for the rest of my life? Funny, ha ha ha. It was just so gorgeous to have my phone diverted and have no one ring me. Just again, letting you know of my counseling, which is an absurd 30% off an already cheap rate. So if you type in the coupon August in capitals, there is a massive discount. Hey, Nikayla. Uh, if you look on my website, lauren.ostrowskifenton.com, or look up my name on Simply Book Me, or in the description of any of my videos, you can find a link. Or you can email me on lauren.ostrowskifenton.com in order to do my counseling. And the special will end probably at the end of August, but at the moment it's looking like ending earlier because so many Fenton was my first marriage. My second marriage is Smith. So I'm also Lauren Smith. I know there's so many jokes there. I know. Um, Ostrowski is my family name. My father was Judge Ostrowski. I feel a lot of pride in the Ostrowski. Shannon, hey, yeah, I don't use a hyphen. I kept it. The reason I kept it, apart from having children that are Ostrowski and Fenton, I kept the name because it's not easy to change your name on YouTube. And this is how I'm known. So that is the boring answer to that one. In the course, I'm talking about the Rumpelstiltskin syndrome, and I can't wait to share that with you. Middleton, Scotland. Scotland. That's I haven't been to Scotland. I would love to go there. Ah, should we do a little meditation while we're here, while we're hanging? We might do that. I've got pink woolen slippers down here that you can't see. What was that? I've been to England and loved it. I would have loved to go to Scotland. So while you're with me, whatever you're doing, let's just broaden the chest, roll the shoulders back a few times, release the energy, draw them back, lengthen the neck, soften the face. Notice how your jaw is. Be aware of your jaw. Try and keep your mouth just slightly open or soft, so you're aware of the softness. Soften your eyes. Notice how your brow is. Hey, Shannon. Notice how your brow is and soften your brow. Consider the top of your head. Imagine the top of your head metaphorically opening up, softening, opening, releasing, so that the division between the universe and yourself is shared, the energy is shared. Soften your arms and feet, fingers and toes. Notice your throat. Notice your neck. Soften your neck and throat. Bring an opening to your, I was going to say your heart space, and I'm touching the right side. This is my right heart space. Soften your heart space. Take a moment to notice any thoughts or feelings which may bring uh, a rise of discontent or frustration or concern, dissatisfying thoughts and feelings. Just imagine that you can actually take those feelings in your hands. Your feelings are here, your thoughts are here. You can look down upon them. Imagine that you're separate from them, they're down here. You say to yourself, oh, this is a thought. Oh, this is just a thought. It's here. I can choose to be affected by it, or I can choose to separate myself from it. It's just a thought. Think of the minimizing, the simplifying. It's just a thought. Who does the thinking? I do the thinking. I'm in control. I'm empowered. I can choose to be affected by my thoughts. I can choose to be frustrated by my thoughts. I can choose to feel discontent about my thoughts. But it is just a thought. It does not control me unless I choose to allow it to do so. See the separation. There is a curtain here. There is a force field. The thought is here and I am here. I am not my thought. I am not anxious. I may experience anxiety, but the anxiety is a separate concept to me. I may go through stages of feeling anxiety, feeling frustration, feeling grief, but they are separate to me. Rumpelstiltskin, our concept that when we name our feelings, we disempower the feelings. So remember to name them. It's here. It's not here. It's here. I choose to put this here and I can choose to take this out. There is a curtain here. This is diffusion as opposed to fusion of thought and feeling. I've talked quite a lot about diffusion and fusion recently, and it just doesn't sound sexy, does it? Doesn't sound exciting. Oh, that boring Lauren talking about fusion and diffusion. I wish she'd stop. Well, how about I say, do you want to control your feelings? Do you want to feel good? Do you want to feel okay? Well, learn about diffusion. I think when you phrase it in another word, in another way, it sounds more sexy, more sassy. Oh, that diffusion, that Rumpelstiltskin syndrome of naming your thoughts so they lose their power. They're no longer kryptonite. You become Superman that controls the kryptonite. I would love you. Thank you. That I'll take that as a compliment. Yeah. I I'm interested in these topics because I'm affected by these topics. I've been affected by these experiences throughout my life, and I'm fascinated with the journey through grief. I'm fascinated with how we learn to manage grief and loss. I'm fascinated with how we manage intensity, those Pema Chodron sticky feelings. I'm fascinated by that. I'm fascinated by it because I don't like feeling them. I don't like it. I don't like it. It's yucky. So the ability to, for me now, not always successfully, let me add, say, oh, that's just a feeling. It's just a feeling. I can choose another feeling. I can take a moment. I can rename it. I can place that feeling in another genre. I'll call it humorous um, instead of hateful. I'll call it disappointing instead of awful. Another point that's really important is when we name our feelings, to try and lukewarm them, to try and be tepid about our feelings. So when you feel like saying, or you may feel like saying, I hate this, what's this? Oh, thank you very much, De Silva. Thank you. When you feel like saying, or someone may feel like saying, I hate this, try and say, or consider saying, gee, that's disappointing. Because you look at the concept in a different light. So let's say something terrible happens. You can say, goodness me, that was disappointing. Oh, that was quite annoying. So someone may do something pretty appalling. See the word appalling? You could say, gee, that person did something fairly disappointing. And it's almost humorous. Yes, yes. Brandon, that's so true. I love my sugar, unfortunately, and I go through long stages of not having any, and then I relent every so often. But I think what you ingest, having sleep-friendly foods that are calming and full of magnesium is important. Well, it's coming to that witching hour. I'm almost at 30 minutes speaking with you. Thank you for your time. I sincerely appreciate it. Oh, I'm so sorry, Brandon. I really am. That is terrible. Mm, that's terrible. Um, I'm going to go and continue to edit now. Okay, I'll look for Brandon next time. Mhm. Uh, Now, when we finish this little live, let's be mindful of our ability to separate ourselves from our feelings and that we are not our feelings. We're not anxious. We may experience anxiety. We're not depressed. We experience depression or experience depressive. Thank you. Thanks, Brandon. Features. And that way we can step towards balance, control, mindfulness. That's lovely. Thank you so much. And really, walking through life is about gentle acceptance, resilience, with a dash of assertiveness and oodles of authenticity, really, isn't it? Uh, Remember my counselling. I have a master's in counselling from Monash University, Clayton, and an honours in anthropology in the Department of Sociology and Anthropology. And I have an absurd discount at the moment. You can find me on Simply Book Me or my website, laureenostrowskifenton.com. Wherever you are in the world, thank you for joining our little group, sitting by the fire with us. Be well. Let's try not to sweat the small stuff. Let's try not to take life too seriously. one of my challenges. Yes, let's pray for all of us. There is true power, evidential power in group prayer. So let us pray for our well-being, our physical and mindful health, and our sense of community and our sense of belonging. Okay. Take care. I'm meant to say take care, goodbye, and then kiss, but I kind of got the order all wrong there. Speak to you soon, and thank you. Let me know what you think of my quiet talk. I think, thanks, Brandon. My quiet talk should probably be up by this afternoon. In South Australia, it's mid-morning, about 11 o'clock, so it should be up by this afternoon. I'd be pretty curious to hear what you think. And I did it in a larger room, so there are some strong bird sounds, which some people don't like the strong bird sounds. It is what it is. I use different rooms and they're all going to sound different. Thank you, guys. Be well.